Welcome to Hop on Calls, a short, tactical, and practical podcast for outbound sales professionals looking to level up their game by learning from actual cold calls that I make every week live on LinkedIn. My name is Kevin Hopp, and I'm all about helping outbound sales professionals hone their craft and build high-quality pipeline. Let's dive right in and see what we can learn in this episode.
So I'm going to switch campaigns. So I got an appointment in that one. I'm going to go to a client campaign that we got permission to call for. They're called The Great Game, and they have this like digital escape room that they sell to schools for orientation. So it's like a Pokemon Go, but for students when they get to school to learn about the campus.
Interesting. That's a very unique campaign.
Yeah, and we've been doing well on it. So I got permission from our client to give it a go. So I have not set an appointment on this one yet, and like a bunch of our team members have. So I was trying to get to their pace here.
I dig that. I'm gonna probably switch up my list here because I'm reaching a total of 78 people called so far on my side, and only one connect.
78 people.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are. I'm hearing. It's like, hey, you've reached, Yvonne. Hey, you've reached Stephanie. Hey, you've reached Bob. I'm hearing that. So I'm like actually ringing to their numbers. It's not
you got good data.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My question is, what industry are you calling, Kevin? Like you said, you're calling HR. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's industry agnostic. It's just HR leaders. Is there an industry that you focus on for this client of yours?
Good question. So for this client, it is very industry agnostic. It is more company size and structure, right? So I want them to be a people leader with anywhere from 20 to 100 people that they work with, but not more than 100 and not really less than 20. But it's pretty agnostic that way, yeah. And then like US-based is important too, because the software only allows you to donate to like US-based nonprofits, the way it's set up. So US-based is important.
Okay. It's interesting you're not getting many then, because it doesn't have to do with a specific industry, but do you think people are on holiday? What would you normally get on a day that's not Thanksgiving week? Because again, it can't, like, even though we got higher appointment DM rates last year, it doesn't mean that some weren't down and some were up, So I'm curious to see, like, what do you normally get with DM Connect?
I normally expect this list is never going to get called again by me live. I called this list last week too, and we got it's all cell phone numbers, but people aren't picking up on it. It's like for the live, I need to have conversations. But I expect my dial to connect rate to be something around 10%, right? So for 86 calls I've made so far, and the dialer continues to run here, I've had one. So that's like pretty bad. So I'd expect 7 or 8 connects at this point.
How many rounds are you on with those? Is it your second round, or have you called this like 10 times?
No, I've only called this list twice. And these are all really good questions, by the way. And these are questions that everyone watching, you can ask yourself about the data you're working. If you're thinking, hey, why I called this list 4 times and now it's starting to drop off. Do you not find that it's a little bit like this, Ryan, from time to time?
Oh, for sure. You'll definitely get that. And I think there's a lot of factors involved. I think it's good to figure out a way to record that information too. So when you do your analysis, however much you cycle, whether it's once a week, once a month, once a quarter, you can see what times people picked up, what days people picked up, and then kind of sharpen your campaign. One of the things we tell our clients is we're on a continuous improvement cycle every month for you. So we're going to constantly micro adjust and sharpen it based upon what we see in our results. And so we'll tag, what time, day, person called, and then, just lean towards what's converting higher. But it could be that, like, if you've gotten it sounds like you did get some appointments on this last week. Maybe you're kind of getting the people.
Hey, this is Kevin with Uncommon. How you doing today?
Who's this?
Yeah, my name is Kevin. I'm calling with a company called Uncommon Giving. Pauline, did I catch you with a minute to have a quick conversation here?
Oh, what? About what?
Work stuff. Are you still over at Fastly?
I am.
Okay, cool. Well, if you don't mind, the reason, Pauline, I was reaching out, we work with people leaders like yourself that are trying to build a value-driven employee experience by enabling their staff to give back to nonprofits in their community. I guess the question I have for you, Pauline, would you say that you're satisfied with how much of your staff participates when you guys do have giving back initiatives?
Oh my gosh, I don't handle that.
Okay.
Someone else does, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It goes through. Usually we get challenges, like something like, and they're easy ones. It might be something like, if you dress up for Halloween and you snap a picture and put it in the Slack channel or something, we will donate X dollars.
That's good.
She's on the phone. To an organization. Or we might get a survey. This is who we're going to donate to. These are the 3. Pick one, and then people vote which one gets it. But someone else leads that. But I don't know who.
Okay, interesting. I was reaching out to you. I have you down as being involved in people operations at a high level.
I am involved in the people operations, but we don't do the
charitable giving
donation item.
Right. So I guess one of the reasons I was reaching out to you, Pauline, and correct me if I'm wrong, the conversations we have are, there's an element of it around charitable giving and things like that. And people usually kind of categorize that separately in their business. But really, we see charitable giving as an employee engagement aspect of the job, right? So when it comes to the conversations we have, it's around your engagement strategy and building that value-driven employee experience, which increases all sorts of good stuff. Retention, allows you to recruit easier. That value-driven employee experience is more and more in demand, is what we're seeing. When it comes to employee engagement, is that a conversation we might want to have with you?
It wouldn't be me.
It would not be you. Okay, so engagement's not really your wheelhouse. Charitable giving, specifically, not really your wheelhouse.
No.
Okay. And do you know, if you were me, who would you want to reach out and have that conversation with?
I don't know who handles it, honestly. It comes out as a survey. I'm not sure who owns it.
Okay. All right. I guess last question for you here. If I'll try to find someone that might be involved in employee engagement instead. You mentioned that you guys do small giving back campaigns based in Slack and other areas you mentioned there. So you guys don't have a structured program like an employee benefit where an employee can give a structured amount to nonprofits today?
No, I've had it at other companies, but not here.
Oh, okay. So you think it's a good idea?
Oh, of course. Yeah, because we actually, at another company I was at, we had a donations committee. We had like formal guidelines.
Yeah.
We had company matching and things like that, but we don't have that here, which is one of the items I miss, but yeah, we don't have it.
Okay. All right. And once again, just last check, you wouldn't want to take sit down with Melissa on my team to learn more about this. That would be barking up the wrong tree.
It would be barking up the wrong tree because mine is our people operations is more of transaction processing, like a shared service model.
Okay. All right, Pauline. Well, thank you so much for the conversation. I do appreciate it, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Oh, Kev.
We had her on the rocks.
Yeah, well done.
Dang.
You took that one way farther than I think many would have, for sure.
Yeah, because she gave me,
that was tough.
The quick objection out the gate was, charitable giving is not what I do, right? So then what do I always teach reps? I always teach reps, lean on what you do know. As a rep, you have to be able to say, well, I see you as someone in operations, people operations, and here is why. Then you connect, okay, if this is your title, here's what people in people operations generally talk about. So then I brought it to employee engagement and all that. And she was a chatty Cathy. She was kind of going on and on.
I was like, what is she saying? What is her role? It sounds like she's involved at some level, because why would she stay on that long if she wasn't involved at some level?
Well,
what does she do?
Yeah. So she was telling me about all the little things they've done for charitable giving and, little
she's
programs.
Involved.
She's involved laterally in that she knows that they happen. Then I ask her, like, okay, who is the right person? She's like, I have no clue. I'm like, how have you no clue? It's not that large of a business, But
I wonder what like people here who are watching would think about how to go about that, or just what are some ideas? Because like in that situation, do you really go for the meeting with her? Because what would be the purpose of a meeting with her?
Exactly. That's why at the end, which is like one of the things I also teach reps all the time, at the end there, I made sure to circle back and basically say, so just to clarify, you would not benefit from talking about this, right? I said that. And she said in my ear, she's like, no, this is not something that barking up the wrong tree was the term I used, right?
Yeah, I heard that. That was good.
Topic-driven conversations are only good. Like, you don't just want a meeting with anybody on your list. You want the right kind of meeting with the right person, right?
Yeah.
I think callers over time, or new callers particularly, tend to just get excited and like book any meeting with anybody on their list and get all like, oh, I got a meeting, here we go. And it's not about the meeting, it's about a topic driven conversation with the right person who's in charge of that topic. So
and you did my question is you did sound like you wanted to still set the meeting. So did you feel like maybe she did have some impact in that?
No, I mean, I was trying. At the end, I just clarified. I was like, so there would be no point in this, right? Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes,
got you.
Like, sometimes what I find,
I see what you're saying.
There's an element of human nature where they don't want to miss out. So sometimes if you hit them with that line, they go, well, I mean, I could talk about this, I guess. And then I've actually pulled some good opportunities out of that, because all you got to do is have the first conversation for 10 minutes with this person. And then they tell you, oh, yeah, Steven does this. And here's what we've done in the past. And then you learn all that information. You go to Steven, and then there's a really good opportunity. Right?
Yeah. You're almost in that moment disqualifying her to create the FOMO.
That's right.
Okay, so you probably wouldn't want this. Probably wouldn't be for you. Well, wait a minute. And that's kind of what you're trying to elicit there. I see.
That's right. That's what I'm always trying to do.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here, see if I can...
I'm going to jump back into the queue here because I would like to set a meeting. Hey, I was looking for Ashley.
Ashley's no longer with the company. Is there somebody else that can help you?
Yeah, maybe you can help me. Are you involved in employee engagement, HR areas?
For which company?
Lorien Health Services.
I'm sorry?
Lorien Health Services. Is this the right number?
No, you have the wrong number.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
That's good to know. Dang it. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do here. Here we go. Outcome. Saving down next. All right.
Yeah, I'm getting ringing right now. What happened there?
Wrong number. Took a minute to get to the point where I realized it was the wrong number.
Oh, okay.
So one of the things I just tried to do there is something that I do advise sellers do, which is just because you call and the target no longer works there, and they say that, right? The next thing that I do is I say, well, what's your name? What do you do? Right?
Love it.
A lot of reps will just go, oh, okay, Bob's not there. All right, thanks, bye, and hang up, right?
Oh, man. Yeah. It's so rare to get a decision maker. You got to take advantage of every opportunity to get and squeeze all the information you can.
That is the goal. That is the goal.
So we're going through phone trees.
Seems like you get a lot of, like, you've had a lot of phone tree data. So do you guys, you don't tell your clients that you need to have an emphasis on cell phones?
We do. But as a service, we offer list building where we build it ourselves, or they can provide their own at no additional cost. So sometimes they'll provide their own. Yeah. We may have done this. I don't know if we've done this list or not, but a lot of times too, we run it through compliance. And if the cell phone number is a do not call number, we're not going to put it on,
Yeah.
So it does depend. And I'm not sure if we did this list or not, to be honest.
Interesting. I find for B2B that the do not call list is a little bit less applicable, right?
For business numbers,
like if it's in Zoom,
not as many reported.
Like, does ZoomInfo give you numbers that are on the do not call list? I think they don't.
No, I don't think they regulate that. I don't know if they could, unless they have their own. I don't know that answer, but we run all ours through a DNC scrubber and litigator list.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy how much intricacy there is to some of that. And now for B2B, you're right, though. There isn't as much regulation. I don't know, man. At 2:00 on a Tuesday for school districts, I wonder if this is a good time to talk to admin.
It seems like a tough time, but
yeah.
But once again, everybody, I'm up to 142 people dialed over here. I am happy that it's happening effortlessly, right?
Yeah, I think that's a solid tool you got.
Yeah, like imagine my life if I wasn't doing that, right? If I did not have technology, and I'd be going really slow right now, but I'm not. I'm cruising, which is good. Yeah. Well, thanks, man. Ryan, it's been a great show. I appreciate you coming on, and let's stay in touch, man.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, everyone.
And that's all we got for today's episode of Hop on Calls, powered by Kixie. Be sure to tune into the live recordings every Tuesday on LinkedIn. Would love to have your comments, reactions, questions. It's a really good learning environment for anyone that is looking to do outbound sales better. If your organization is actively focusing on this, feel free to reach out to me, Kevin Hopp, on LinkedIn, or go to hopconsultinggroup.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.